As you saw there today, people see me as a striker, but I'm not just a striker. I'm an MMA fighter at the end of the day. Obviously, my game is based around striking. That's where I am dangerous, but I'm dangerous in all facets of the game, and it's shown.
It's a massive stage for you, and you've looked comfortable throughout the whole week. Yesterday at the weigh-ins, backstage then, no sense of nervous energy about you whatsoever. Soaked it in, man. First fight on Fight Pass, first of many, right?
Yeah, do you know what it was, Jamal? I set the bar high for myself coming into this fight. I did want a knockout, but sometimes things don't go as you particularly planned. You just kind of got to roll with it in there. It's the toughest game in the world. One-on-one with another man locked in a cage. It can go any which way. It's a game of millimetres. I always say boxing's a game of inches. This is a game of millimetres. But I felt comfortable from the off. There were some things that me and my team have been working over the past few weeks that were working from the first bell. I got his respect straight away, and it went from there. It was very awkward in certain positions, but ultimately it went to the ground. Then I got the finish, 3-0.
That spinning head kick is what caught his attention straight away. Did it glance? Did it actually land? Because we couldn't see from where we were stood.
I think it just whistled, and I mean, like,
he looked like he was a bit rocked from it. Looked like he wobbled back a bit. Maybe it was his balance.
But it was ultra close. Like I say, it was millimetres. I would have likened for it to land. It would have been a beautiful highlight reel knockout, and that really would have been a show-stealing performance, because we didn't take any damage in there. I was controlling it from the first bell. So, like I say, it went the way it went, and I'm happy to get the finish. But we move forward.
I mean, this is the first major platform you've been on, and it's been a long time coming. I watched you on the Vida shows last year, been following you on social media for a long time. You've got it all in terms of the fighting style. You've got the good chat as well, and to have Anthony Pettis have you on his show, what's it been like being around someone like him who's been there and done it at the highest level, man?
Fantastic. I was actually saying to one of my mates, it's crazy, because when I was 10, 11 years old, I was watching him as the UFC lightweight champ on the Wheaties boxes. He was like the
back in 2014.
Man, he was like the commercial guy for the UFC. He was like the front cover face. He was the man, and you only have to look at the list of names that he's fought, and he's such a big name himself. So for him to now watch me, it was a crazy thing. It was like a full circle sort of thing. But I was happy to get the win in there. Hopefully, if he does another show in the UK, he can have me back. If not, then we move on to bigger things anyway. I want the big shows in the next 2 years. What I'll be looking at the UFCs. Obviously, I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm only 3-0. I've got to make some more steps, some more improvements in the game. But ultimately, I'm on way, like you say, Jamal. I've got the talk, I've got the gift of the gab. I've got the slick looks, and I've got a slick style to complement it.
I know you talk about the big leagues. It just makes sense. We spoke about this off camera a few times. It makes sense for the PFL Europe. Absolutely. Doesn't it? Like Lewis and Louis Lee Scott as well. They both fought through.
In there. Throw some elbows in there.
That was the thing, wasn't it? The elbows.
PFL. That's another fantastic organisation. You look at Lewis McGrillen, and he's really paving the way, and he's giving the path to some of the top team guys, and I'm next. But yeah, whatever comes really, and me and my coach will sit down, have a discussion, and like I say, we'll make the necessary steps, and we'll just keep moving, climbing the ladder. But it's really a matter of time for me. It's not if, it's when.
And you've shown, a new facet you mentioned there, because, you look at the highlight reel and wrestlers would think, right, just avoid standing with this guy because he's scary on the feet. But you've shown, don't bother going to the ground as well, because I can just tap you out. Rare naked win there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like I say, there were certain positions in the fight where, you almost, it messes with your own head a little bit, because he was so awkward, and he was like,
makes you start to think during the fight.
He was throwing up like these mad defences that I've never really seen before. He had a really awkward timing. Not that I was completely comfortable in there, but it was like when I was trying to get my elbows and my knees off, he weren't allowing it. He was lifting a knee, or it was just weird. But I found comfort in there, and I slipped in the rear naked. I felt as soon as they took his back, I thought it's a matter of time here. I'm just going to burn down the clock, and then I'm gonna snake it in and sink it in tight, and that's what I did. And once I got that pressure, and I really squeezed like an anaconda.
I mean, not like a lot of guys your age. Some people come into it relatively late. I mean, you've been fighting for a long time. So those nerves are near non-existent, or I can't see them on the external, and people can't see them on the external.
Do you know what it is? Like I say, MMA I am relatively new to. I had my first amateur fight in June of 2021, so that's only What are we on now?
2 years ago.
2 years
that
ago.
Thai experience,
Yeah,
man.
and that's, yeah, of course, the Thai experience. You know, I've got a wealth of knowledge in the striking department, and it obviously shown with the flashy spin kicks, and that's something that I really didn't develop in Thai. That's just me being free in the gym and exploring, and it come out on the night. But yeah, I just, you know what it is. It's not that I don't get nervous. Let me tell you, I get nervous.
Right.
But some fighters might have different ways of dealing with it, or they might not get nervous. But I do. But I'll be honest with you, if I wasn't nervous, I'd be more worried. What it is, I've just learned to deal with it over the years and cope with it really, and just be comfortable. It's like GSP says. He says, you know, I'm scared to death, but I act like I'm the big man. I act like I'm not, and you've got to, because at the end of the day, if my opponent sees even just a little glimmer of weakness, then he's going to capitalise, and I won't allow that.
Do you reckon you've got time to get one more in, maybe in December before the end of the year?
You know, I've come out unscathed there. I'm going to have a little week here, eat some food and enjoy myself, because truth be told, I've had a long camp there. Like I say, I had a fight fall through in July, but there's definitely talks of something in December, and it sets me up for a big 2024, no doubt.
Could that be on FCC card potentially?
Yes. Potentially. And it's a fight pass card, so it makes sense. You know, I want to be stepping up in the shows now. I don't want to be fighting on subpar shows just for the sake of it. I want to make the necessary steps. You know, get my name out there and really have a big 2024.
FCC would be a great next step for you as well, because like you said, fight pass makes perfect sense.
You know, you only have to look at the list of names that I've gone on from FCC to the likes of the UFC, Bellator. You know, big names. So I'm up there. So I'm just, like I say, making the necessary steps, and whatever comes, we'll take it.
Good man. Well, enjoy the week off.
Sorry, I'm a little bit sweaty, mate.
No, and I'm looking forward to you potentially fighting with the FCC in December.